Hey guys, welcome back. We are about to have a quick look through race 3 of the e-racing GP Southeast Asia Championship at Zhuhai International Circuit. So for this race, it was massively competitive. I made a mistake on one of my qualifying laps, so I started I think I'm 16th of 18 or something like that. So right down the back, like second or third last. But anyway, let's have a quick look through. So yeah, I've got Anton, a Hazik, and a Clapano in front of me. Really making sure that I get a good start here. Again, Anton's had a bad start, so I've immediately had to come out to the right of him. But yeah, not bad considering I had to avoid him. Not a bad start. And then Ben Steen in the Porsche. Get down the inside of him, get the power run, and a good exit on the run down to turn 3. So a little bit of rubbing between Hazik and Clapano there, and now it's like everything's blocked, so I don't really have anywhere to go. So just try to keep it nice and clean. Take first gear just to try and get a little bit extra exit, but it's not worked out too well for me. Clapano's defending the inside. Now here I think I try and send it around the outside. It's all nice and busy here at turn 7 hairpin, so I managed to get a better exit there than Clapano, I think. Yeah, so I managed to get around the outside of him, which is good. And then running down to turn 9, go down the inside of Hazik. Whoa, that was tight. Yeah, I was happy with that one. Get a good entry into 10, good exit as well. So now we're on the run down to turn 10. Let's have a look. So yeah, just to have a look at the TV view there. Yeah, so I'm not under any threat from that BMW behind, and I can really focus on trying to get on the back of, what do we got? We've got Sabino, Miney and Nasi, I think. Yeah. So Miney and Nasi, they're both real world racers. Sabino, he's one of the sim racers. You see right now, Miko's defending quite hard for margin. So right now I'm just trying to focus right 100 point on the braking point, get a good entry and a good exit, and now we've got a massively competitive battle going on ahead of us. So for this race, it's a 25-minute race, but we have a mandatory pit stop. So for this one, I didn't have the ultimate pace to be able to fight for the top positions. So I just knew it was much more about keeping my nose clean and trying to have a good strategy. I turned auto pit on because last week, I'm down the inside of Sabino. And then Nasi spins, and then, yeah, wow. A lot happened there. So now Hazik's got around me again, I'm past Nasi, so yeah, it's like that. Trying to keep your nose clean, make sure that you don't get caught up in anything like that. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, strategy, yeah. So I didn't have the ability to fight for the top positions. So I had auto pit on because last week I didn't realise auto pit was off, and then I went past my box and I had to reverse, and then I lost I think it's 12 or 15 seconds. I think I was in Remote TV actually, not Dubai, a couple of weeks ago. So I had auto pit on just to make life safe, let's say, in this race. So my idea was basically just to run exactly half distance, take on 2 new rear tyres. Because as Zhuhai you don't use the fronts too much, so I knew that I'd just save 15 seconds in the pit stop, as opposed to taking all 4 tyres, and just see where that kind of put me, and especially starting 16th or 17th, whichever it was. As we see our Miney and Nakib going off in front of us at turn 1, let's just watch that back to the TV and see what happened there. So if I'm right, yeah, we go forward to these guys. So it came down the inside. So Miney just hit Nakib off. Okay, so that's a shame. I think where are we? Yeah, so I'm now defending from Nasi once again. As always. There we go, Nasi right on the back of me there. There we are. So Miko, once again, he's challenging me very hard. I'm going defensive on the inside of turn 7. He's trying to hold it around the outside. I don't think I let him. No, I just about kind of gradually ease him off onto the curb. And on this game, like the curbs, they slow you down quite a lot. So especially on exits. So yeah, nice and defensive on the tight line there. Get the exit out of turn 9 into turn 10. Now, when you get it right, you can take this flat, but you have to clip the curve on the inside perfectly. If you don't, like, you have to lift and you lose like a tenth and a half. So it's really important there to try and focus on getting the entry right to carry the speed. So yeah, Miko now, he's got another guy behind him, so I've got kind of a breather in a sense. But now I'm just trying to focus on Hazik in front of me, who I had passed, but in that incident at turn 7 on the previous lap, he got back around the outside. So yeah, it's a tough one. We're going to just fast forward a little bit and see if we've got any more action coming up. Ah yes, so let's have a look. So Miko again, talking about Miko constantly this race weekend. He's going around the outside of me once more. Again, I just make sure that I've got the correct line off the corner. Now he's taking my slipstream on the run down to turn 9. So I need to make sure I'm placing the car nice and defensively on the middle line, and then he's going to try and get the cut back here, but I think I took first gear just to get the additional exit speed, and then trying to carry the speed through 10 to make sure I'm not vulnerable into turn 11. And turn 11 is one of the places where I didn't feel particularly quick mid to exit. And as we see, one of the guys challenging Nassi there, but not quite getting the job done. So I'm safe for the time being. So let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm still on the back trying to find a way through, but I don't have the pace advantage. So yeah, at this point Hazik, he's done quite a good job driving. Hasn't made any mistakes, but I think he's going for the box now. So this is my chance now to really try and, as is, I think it's this Royal. So now's the chance for me to try and get my head down and put in some good lap times while those guys are in the pits. Because I have a, when you get that free air, and then you can try and put in the good lap times rather than being blocked from behind. You see, Miko went for a bit of a lunge. He tried to do what I did to him in race 2. But just about didn't work out for him, so I've just about managed to remain ahead. And coming down to turn 4, yeah, he was quite quick on the exit through here, so I was always vulnerable going into 7. But yeah, so here, this is where Miko, I think, chooses to box. So he's right on the back of me. He would have had auto pit off, so I think he'd be about 2 or 3 seconds quicker if he got it right. But he went too fast into the pit lane, so he got a drive-through penalty. So yeah, it's when you're trying to take advantage of every little thing, it's easy to make a mistake like that and just have your race ruined. So I now know that he's got a penalty, and he's not a threat to me no longer. So now the case, like I said before, just really trying to get the best, smoothest driving I could do to protect my front tyres as best as possible. And then yeah, this is exactly halfway through the race. I come into the box, try and carry as much speed around this one as possible, and then you have to have the car slowed down exactly now. Perfect there, and then like auto pits on. So that means that it knows exactly where to box. I don't have to rely on the human, like knowing, you know, because the box changes between the different races, so you don't have a permanent box. So it can be quite hard in the midst of things. But yeah, so you lose that little bit of time with the AI doing it, whereas if you were driving, you can literally just drive and park exactly where you want it to be. But I was erring on the safe side in this case, just to make sure that I didn't have any penalty or any issue with it. And then coming out, I actually put this pit lane speed limiter on again, because I thought that I had to take it off, but I didn't. It was auto. So anyway, I managed to come out, and I'm just behind these 2 guys in front who are fighting. So I've only taken on 2 rear tyres, and my front's now at the like 45% life. So I know I've just got to really focus on like driving with the minimum scrub on the front, but taking the maximum advantage out of the rears, so that, you know, the lap time, I'm not losing too much to the other guys on the, you know, for the guys who are taking the full 4 tyres. And then from this point, yeah, I know that I think it was Nakib who was behind me. The gap was, I think it was about 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds at this point. I didn't know if he had all new or, but regardless, like keeps fast as it is. So I just knew I had to try and keep that gap relatively constant, while also trying to edge up to these guys, but they were constantly about 2 seconds ahead. Couldn't really bridge that gap, and so yeah, for the whole race, it was basically just do 7 laps, keep it nice and clean, and then yeah, came across the line to finish. I think I was P9, which, starting from third from last, I was quite happy with, and very much looking forward to next week's Sepang race. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to put it in either Facebook comments or on YouTube, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.